Hi again. It's Kimberly from Kimberly Down South, and I am just stopping in for a few minutes to talk a little bit about Slimming World. If you are new here, that's what my channel is about. I do Slimming World, which is a UK based weight loss program, food based program, and I have lost weight successfully using this because it teaches me how to make better choices in my food and be aware of what I'm eating and putting meals together and making better choices. So I don't really have anything in particular to talk about this week except pushing forward is so important, even when we hit roadblocks, or things don't go perfect, or it's not a perfect week. I was talking to my friends, and we were saying you've got to find your spot that makes you want to do this journey and to continue with this journey. I have had several setbacks. Anytime I go on a holiday, I've gained weight, but because I stick with the plan, I've always worked my way back and even better than what I was before. Um, when I went on my cruise, I think I was like I gained somewhere between 6 and 7 pounds, maybe. And it took me a bit to get back to what I was before I went on that cruise. And then more recently, I went on a beach holiday with one of my friends to her dad's beach house, and um, we just had a few days there, but I gained like 5 pounds. But now was that 2 weeks ago? It was like the first week, no, the second week in October. So like 2 weeks ago, and I'm already back down to what I was before we went on the trip. And if I didn't have Slimming World, I wouldn't be able to do that. I've looked at myself in the past, and one, I've never stayed consistent on an eating plan the way I do with Slimming World because I don't feel restricted. If you look at the meals that everyone posts in the Losers Club on Facebook, those are some awesome, filling, good tasting meals. You should not feel like you're missing out on anything with the stuff that you see on there, the weight losses that everyone is getting eating that way. And so I've never stuck to a plan this long because if I felt like I was being deprived, I wouldn't stay with the plan. Um, Second of all, I've not had this kind of weight loss in well over 15 years. This kind of weight loss, never had it. So I know that the plan is working. Now, there's all these things going on out there with changes here and changes there, and change. None of us like change. We're like, if it's not broke, don't fix it. Or as we say in the South, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. But anyway, I still think from where I'm at now, there's annoying changes, but the eating plan is still the same with, at this point, a minor change to the healthy extras that I'm not really sad about because I like to use olive oil, so I'm hoping that that will be a welcome change as far as the eating goes. Um, Sometimes it's hard when you see someone else lose a significant amount of weight and you don't lose weight or you gain this week or whatever. But I feel like if you stick with the plan in the long term, you're going to come out ahead. Even if you're like, I ate everything on plan this week, I gained weight. But if you look at the overall, are you losing weight? Look at some of the members and their stories, and you will see like there's all sorts of health issues that people have, all sorts of backgrounds that we come from. Everyone's journey is individual, and we are losing weight using this plan. So even on your days that you are feeling like it's a disaster and you don't want to do this anymore and you just want to go grab a bunch of sweets and candy bars and bad stuff, don't do it. Like, think about the long term and how far you've come using the plan. So anyway, I did lose this week. I will put it on down at the towards the middle or end of the video. I'm also going to post up some pictures of the different foods that I had this week. Last week was a hard week for me because it was Star Week, and what else was going on? Was I sick or something? I can't remember. But anyway, it was a tough week, but this week was better. The thing that I want to do for myself is to go in and track my stuff better. I'm not good at I'm terrible if I have to write it down. I'm better if I can just log it on the app. So I need to take advantage of that because it shows me my healthy extras, how many sins I have left for the day, etc. But um, that's a challenge for me. I do go in there and post my weight, which, I'll show you that. But I do need to, two things. I do need to track what I eat, and I need to incorporate more vegetables into my meals, which I'm going to do that starting this next round, this next week. I've got my order set up, probably coming on Thursday or Friday, and I've got quite a bit more vegetables in that order. I will probably show that to you because I'm ordering from a store that I don't normally shop from. I decided to shop there after last week's video where I showed you my friend picked up um, like a meal kit that was already put together at the store, and she said, "Well, that sounds good," and she took a couple of them. So I decided to look more at this particular store to see if there's anything that would be different than what I can get at other stores. Obviously, if I'm not getting something different, it's not worth, going to a different store necessarily unless you're finding something more positive about it. So, I found a few things. They looked interesting. I've got them all in my cart. It's a pretty big order, and I'll probably show you some of this stuff next week. I don't really go into the grocery store that much. I do go sometimes, but I usually do online orders for myself. So it's easier just to get the order and unpack it and then show you like some of the things that I got in there if you're interested in that. Um, the store is called Target. It's quite a popular, might I say, trendy, popular store here, at least in the South. I don't know how far widespread Target is, but people like Target. So that's where I'm going to do my order from this week. And then I'll show it to you guys. So hang on a second. I've got my weigh in and I've got some pictures of the foods that I had this week. And I will talk with you again next week. Bye. Have a fabulous week.
The leaves are falling one by one. Yet in your eyes, the day's not done. With every year, your beauty grows like autumn's hues where love still flows. Time may pass, but love won't fade. In every breath, you're still my shade. Like falling leaves that dance in flight, you shine much brighter with the night.
So I stepped on the scales and weighed in at 17.3.5. That is 2 pounds down for this week, and that's exactly what I had posted that I wanted to lose this week, so I'm very pleased with that. So that leaves me with a total weight loss of 1 stone and 2 pounds.
You shine much brighter with the night.